Hello and welcome to another update video about oil. Yeah, not too much has happened since the last video. We are still in the same pattern. I would still expect here further downside, even though, and we have to note that, that has potential bullish implications. This is the breakout of this channel to the upside. However, this does not necessarily mean that we are now going full bull mode here. My view is still that this is a three-wave structure. I mean, it clearly is at the moment. We've got a three-wave move to the upside of the low, which confirms my view that this is just an ABC correction, and I view this as a wave 2 correction at the moment. So trend lines are rather subjective. I still have the channel here, and the breakout, yes, it has potential bullish implications, but we haven't really made any higher high, higher low compared to previous highs here. Haven't even come close to the previous wave B high. And my view remains that we should see further downside until I see a clear 5-wave structure to the upside. We haven't had that. So this was not 5 waves. Absolutely not. This was a corrective move. This here obviously was the move down. Quite impulsive actually. And this here could be counted as an impulse, but then the upcoming correction will tell us the truth. Because let's say a low was made here. Let's say it was the case. Then if we count this as a 5-wave move, it could be either, and that's what I see here, a C wave of 2, and we should come down quite imminently. However, if we don't and extend out further, and we then come down, and it's only a corrective move down, basically we then have a 1-2 setup, and that is then the signal that the low was probably already in. At the moment, my view is still for, I'm still looking at further downside here. Such short-term upside is always possible, and it hasn't reached any level that we haven't spoken about before. For example, we talked about targets here. We said here, take the length of the A wave, go to the low of the B wave, and then we've got targets here. The 1-to-1 ratio was 89.68. We haven't even reached that. So wouldn't be surprised to maybe get one more leg up to see that. And then we even talked about the 1.618 extension here at $97. But getting above that would really, if we get above that, we can't really uphold the view that this here is still a wave 2 correction. But yeah, at the moment, in the last video we were here, and I said, okay, we had a very shallow wave 4, but if we now break below the previous low, then we probably have confirmation that we're heading further down. Now it never really broke below it, so what I'm gonna do, I move the 4 here, the 5 here, and we're now watching if the high was in and if we're already coming down. We have a potential micro 5-wave move down here. We are now looking at a possible retracement to the upside, and if that is going to make a lower high, that could be the beginning of the new downtrend here, the short-term downtrend in a wave 3. We can also look at a possible, target for that wave 3. The problem is that we're probably talking here about a diagonal pattern that's unfolding to the downside. But yeah, the really bearish outcome would be a move to the 1.618 extension at $50. I would say first target is 65. That's the 1-to-1 ratio. Then we've got the 1.272 at $59, and then the 1.618 for the third wave. Let's see how low we really come. But first of all, of course, we need to start that downtrend. Will be interesting to see if we break back into this channel or how this is now going to play out. At the moment, I'm going with this pattern. Also, if it looks very similar to what we did here. So just a 3-wave move to the upside. And also what you often see on the 4-hour chart now, what you often see is that in such a corrective move, the A wave was here, yeah, produces that we see a bearish divergence on the chart. Now, against the A and the C wave, we don't really have a bearish divergence, but you see here, towards the end of the C wave, we can see a bearish divergence now on that 4-hour chart, which means we're making lower highs on the relative strength index, but higher highs on the price, which means we're getting a bit exhausted here. Also, towards the end of a C wave, you often see bearish divergence on the MACD, and we see that as well. And we even have a potential bearish cross coming, or a cross below the 0 line on the MACD, on the MACD. So all of that isn't really bullish. Also here on the daily chart, you can see that the bullish momentum is already declining now. So that's interesting. On the relative strength index, here is nothing visible yet. Yeah, but we need to observe that, of course. But yeah, you know, based on the wave count, the pattern is now full. At the moment, I don't really have a signal that the top is in place, but we obviously have this bearish engulfing candle here, pushing us further down. We need to watch if this retest is holding, but if not, then a break below the previous wave 4 low, which is here at $83 and yeah, 90, 80. That would be the best signal that this wave 3 to the downside has started. We will then probably see some support around the $76 mark, and if we drop below that, then we should be heading further down. That can all take a while, you know. It's not going to happen in a straight line. It will mean a lot of up and down. First of all, again, we don't have an official signal yet that we're turning around. So we need to wait for that signal. For example, a break below the trend line would be such a signal, and then taking out that wave 4 low. If we now break above the wave 5 high, then let's talk about targets. Then we can look at the next target or resistance, which would be here. The 1 second. Let me just make sure I put these to the correct places. Yeah, no, that's fine. Next target would be 92.60, 93.86, and then basically the $97 level. Okay, I'll keep an eye on that for you. I will keep you updated. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.